I'm Rumpelstiltskin's brother, Mumblestiltskin. So, good evening and welcome to Uptown Bills. It's Thursday night and you're here for Uptown Bills Live. We have an audience here at the coffee house, and we also have an audience watching us from around Iowa City. And perhaps further, the show is now streaming live on the web, so you can watch it from your laptop. If you are interested in doing that, you go to patv.tv and look for Watch Live, and then you're all set. You can watch it there. I'm Tom Gilsonen. I'll be your host tonight, and I'm also the manager of Uptown Bills. Helping out tonight is Emily, who currently went to answer the telephone, and also Megan and Cal are here. So our fourth person who's usually here of our quartet, Abby, is homesick tonight. So we hope she'll be back with us next week. So was the phone call from our friends downstairs, or was it wrong number? Okay, all right. Sometimes people call during the show with requests. I don't know what to do with requests on our program. Anyway, Uptown Bills is named for Bill Sachter, who's the man in the picture behind me with the beard. Bill came to Iowa City from Minnesota. He spent most of his life in a big state hospital in Minnesota. This was an institution for people with disabilities. Bill was there for almost 50 years. And by the 1960s, attitudes had changed, and Bill and hundreds of other people were sent back to the communities they came from. Bill went back to Minneapolis. His family was long gone by then, but he met Barry Morrow. Barry is the guy with the tie in the picture behind me. He would be on your right, I believe, if I know right from left. And they became friends. Barry was offered a job here in Iowa City, and Bill ended up coming along with Barry and Bev. A lot of B's in this story. So Barry and Bev were married, and Bill became like an uncle to them and came along. This is a lot smaller town, and it was a far different time, so it was hard to find a job for Bill. What emerged was a coffee shop, and that coffee shop was called Wild Bill's Coffee Shop. It's in North Hall. It's still there on the university campus. Bill thought, this is working out pretty well. Barry did too, and Barry wrote a story which became the screenplay for a movie. And the picture behind me is a promotional picture for the first of two films. In this film, Mickey Rooney plays Bill, and Dennis Quaid plays Barry. So the film was a hit, and people came to visit Bill. Just like now they go to the Field of Dreams site over near Dyersville, they would come to here to Iowa City to see the real Bill Sachter. Bill died shortly after the second film was finished, but the coffee shop stayed, and it's still there. Uptown Bills grew out of the original coffee shop. We're like the bigger, badder Bills. And in addition to the coffee shop, we also have a used bookstore, performance space. We're working on a new radio station, which should be up shortly after the first of the year, KICI 105.3 FM. We've also started and started and spun off a number of businesses, including a vintage shop, a record store, an art and framing shop, let's see what else, a furniture refinishing business, a bakery, all kinds of different things. Our goal, of course, is to help individuals with disabilities start and manage businesses. We've also done a number of online businesses with organizations like half.com and eBay and others. So we have, what would you say, half started something with Etsy. We'll see where that goes. It's only halfway started. Anyway, we're glad you're here, and we have some entertainment for you tonight. Terry is here, and he said he's got some Jim Morrison stuff for us tonight. We shall see. So it's some kind of anniversary. I don't know if anniversary of his birth or his death or the formation of the Doors or the opening of the Doors or the closing of doors. We'll find out. So Terry, you want to come up and going fancy, folks. While he's doing that, maybe it's time. Perhaps a couple of Santa jokes, huh? Well, I got one Santa and one reindeer joke. What do you call someone who does not believe in Santa? A rebel without a clause. How many reindeer does it take to change a light bulb? Takes 9, 1 to screw in the bulb, and 8 others to hold down Rudolph. How are we doing back there?
We're doing great.
Okay.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. I'm Terry Shaw, and this is my ghost band. Worked last time. Was it? I don't know. Everybody's Halloween for me. I think I'm all adjusted now. This stool right here, I've been meaning to tell you, is a sit-in sign. Anybody that wants to sit on here, they can also sign it. There's a bunch of signatures on here already. If you don't like your signature, you can doodle. Make your own little design and stuff, like the artist Prince, or something like that. All right. I haven't known too many cows in my life, but there is this guy that sold cars in California. His name was Cal Worthington. And he always was on television. Cal Worthington and his dog Spot. Yeah. You're not related to Cal Worthington, are you? Okay. All right. Ghost Band Jam. All right. Yeah, that is the Ghost Band Jam. Strange things happen to me. And a couple weeks ago, I came up here to see some bands, the Cedar County Cobras and Slewgrass, and Pigs in Clover. All were really good bands. But Cedar County Cobras have been one of my favorite bands for a long time now. And last December, I bought their CD, right? Plugged it in my CD player in my Jeep. And it's been in there for 11 months. That's right. My CD player kind of grabbed it and held it for 11 months. And, well, it's my favorite CD, so I play it a lot. I told April Dirks of the Cedar County Cobras that it's a good marketing ploy. That I don't know how they did it, but you plug it in, it gets stuck. You listen to their music all the time. I know a lot of their songs now. But on my way here, I decided, well, I'm going to listen to the Cobras tonight. I'm going to plug it in. So I pressed on or whatever I pressed there, and it started playing. There's a song called Juniper, and all of a sudden my CD player started flashing and it said eject disc, and the disc ejected by itself. Okay, that's kind of weird, right? After 11 months. When I got here, there was 2 giveaways of CDs, and I won a Pigs and Clover CD and a Slewgrass CD. And now I play those in my CD player, and they don't get stuck. But that was kind of weird, Finally, the disc ejects, and now I win 2 CDs so I can start playing them again. Right on. Anyway, that's kind of weird. Those were the chords that make me think of her. So I think that's called Yes I Will. Yeah, that's what it's called. Because when she said, play those chords that make you think of me, I said to myself, all right, yeah, sure, yes I will. I will do those. So the song's called Yes I Will. I just made that up. This I've been playing ukulele for 7 years, traditional and baritone, and play dulcimer and Merlin. Merlin's kind of like a dulcimer, lap dulcimer, only you get to hold it. And now I'm starting on this adventure of guitar work. I like it. Guitars and electricity give me so much more options here. In 1975, I went to go visit my mother, and I was looking through her album. albums. And in 75, I was 13 years old. And she says, "Hey, Terry, I want you to try out this album." And this album was The Doors. Jim Morrison and The Doors. It was their first album, so I put the headphones on. Back in the 70s, we wore headphones and not earbuds, whatever. Anyway, put those headphones on, I cranked it up, and it didn't take long for me to become a Doors fan. I didn't even know what I was listening to. I was 13. She should have been arrested for abusing some little kid with great Doors music like that. But I love my mom for that, and God rest her soul. And she turned me on to some other really good music also. Matter of fact, my first albums was from my mom, and she bought Pat Garrett and Billy Kid by Bob Dylan and Jim Croce and a Doors album, their second album, and Strange Days. And those were pretty good albums for me back then. Today's Jim Morrison's birthday. I don't know how old he would have been. Old. Probably has cobwebs on him. It's also the passing of John Lennon. I don't have any Lennon songs. I do have some Beatles songs, but I won't record those two. Both those people, Jim Morrison and John Lennon, were very influential, and everybody around him in my life, because music is very important to me. I had a really great friend. I still have him. He's in Germany now, but he kind of set the foundation of good music for me, him and his brother. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably be listening to Todd Rundgren or something. I don't know. Sorry, Todd. Like a D-O-G, like a D-O-G. Got a good woman, what's the matter with me? Oh, I don't want to love every woman I see. I was traveling when I met her, now I'm traveling again. Every place I come out looks like the place I came in, like the place I came in, like the place I came in. Got my name painted on my shirt. I ain't no ordinary dude. I don't lie to work. I don't lie to work. It's Waylon Jennings. That's a first for this guitar. That's right, everything I do is practically a first for this guitar. It's an Alvarez. It's called an AF55. It's a hollow body, and I love it. when all my life I've tried to play guitar. I took lessons in California. I took lessons here, drum lessons, singing lessons. Probably can't tell they don't work too well, but that's okay because I still like to sing. But but yeah, I gave up playing, trying to play guitar long ago, but I've always been a natural at a ukulele. I don't know, 4 strings. It was real easy for me. So I've been playing uke for the last 7 years, and it's done me really well. I like it. But like a month ago, I started thinking of doing all these open mics. I'm like, maybe I should try guitar again. So I'm trying guitar again, but I'm not really trying it. Actually, I just thought, I'm just going to play guitar and see where it takes me. So I'm digging it. My cat doesn't like it because it's louder. Poor Stella. I'm trying. Get to it. Anyway, I like to. This song has a lot of importance to me. It isn't just a Doors song or a Morrison poem. It just has some meaning for me. played this song. I played both of them actually a couple times before on uke. And I'm going to try this one. Let's see, the chords are, let's see. Then, okay, I think I got it. See what happens. If it doesn't sound right, that's because it doesn't sound right. This is Soul Kitchen by The Doors. Thank you. I'm Terry Shaw, and this was my ghost band.
Thank you very much. The Doors were one of the bands that broke the barrier about the length of songs on the radio. Up until that time, your song could only be 3.5 minutes long on radio. And they had a number of songs where they had two versions. This was one. They had a 3.5 minute version, and then the longer version was about 12 minutes long, I think. So it was quite a breakthrough. At that time, all of pop and rock radio was on the AM side. And the first alternative rock stations were on the FM side. And they were people with deep voices. And then they would play songs like this late at night. So anyway, thank you very much. Let's see here. Did you work out okay, in a few minutes we'll have you come up then. Tell me your name. Tyler. Okay. All right. We do this every Thursday night, and you are welcome, those of you watching as well as those of you with us here, to sign up. We're going to do it every Thursday night through December. So next week's the 15th, and then 22nd, and the 29th. Next week we'll be joined by Jesse Hunter, I believe. Yes, Jesse Hunter, who's a singer and songwriter from Omaha, Nebraska. So he'll be coming as part of the evening. Just like if you heard last week, we had Bernardus and also Michael McFarland were here last week. You can watch these shows after they're aired on our YouTube channel. We have our own YouTube playlists, and there are 300 and some pieces of video there. Hours of fun. I guess you do need batteries or electricity. I was going to say no batteries needed, but you need some kind of thing there. So, all right, let's, should we have our drawing? All right. Oh, we ready? Da, 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 da. Okay, I'll hold, you draw. There you go. For the, what is it called? Essential or Encyclopedia of Literature. All you need to know about all the authors of all time in English. A.J. McFarland. Hey. Okay. I actually know an Al J. McFarland, so I was kind of startled in Minneapolis. Okay, and now for the CD. This is from the group that was here last week, Trifle More. One half of the group's from the Shetland Islands, way up above Scotland, and the other half's from the Midwest. Delightful couple. Colton? No. Colton, okay. Hey. Thank you so much there. We also have music on Saturday nights, every Saturday. This coming Saturday is two local singer-songwriters who team up together, Tara McGovern and Jeffrey C. Capps. Great duo. They both write songs as well as perform. And they'll probably have some of Jeffrey's original songs, a few covers, and it's that time of year, so they'll have some holiday songs too, I'm sure. All right? And then the week after that is a trio called Deep Dish Divas. Wonderful harmonies. Should be a great evening. We will not have performances on Saturday night, December 24th. We're going to be, waiting for Santa to come down the chimney. And we will not have performances on New Year's Eve. But we will have things earlier in the day on both Christmas Eve afternoon and New Year's Eve afternoon. So, in fact, on New Year's Eve afternoon, we're calling it New Year's Eve. Cute, huh? You like that? Okay. We've got Tyler up next. Come on up and let's see if we can get you settled here. This was a last-minute thing on Tyler's part. He came in and wandered around, looked the place over, and he said, anybody have a guitar? And one thing led to another, and here he is approaching the stage. Do you need to plug in? All right. Got a chord for you. Hey, what do you know? Things are working well so far. And we got a microphone. Step up there and I'll...
Hi, So I go by TJ nowadays. I'm Tyler. Tyler Mendenhall. Yeah, performance thing. But Terry, I didn't even see him before he approached me and said, "You need the guitar?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." And I didn't even realize he said this was an Alvarez. Or no, it's not Ibanez. It wasn't Ibanez, but yeah, I didn't really look at the header. I've been playing guitar for a little over half my life. I'm 25 now, so it's about 13 years. And Terry also reminded me that today is the anniversary of John Lennon's death. So, having pondered what I wanted to play, I came up with a few songs right away. So I think I'll do that. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you. John Lennon is one of my all-time favorite artists, and that was one of his more angry songs. So I think I figured I'd start out with that. Lighten the mood with some happier songs afterward. Just got a couple more in mind. I think this is one of my all-time favorite songs that I think everybody should hear. That last one was called Working Class Hero. And I wrote called Imagine, John Lennon. And it's really sad, I didn't realize that today was the anniversary of his death before I was told. And, jeez. So it's a good time to celebrate his life, I guess, the anniversary of his death. It's another one of my favorite songs that he wrote. It's called Norwegian Wood, and it's more humorous than anything else. Thank you very much. John Lennon songs for you. I'm Mendenhall, and I probably won't be back here for a very long time. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much. And now we have the answers to our question of the night. What's the best or worst purchase you've ever made? Megan and Cal, come on up and tell us what we had to say.
All right. So what was the best or worst purchase? A 12-string Alvarez guitar.
I once bought a Creed CD in high school. Worst purchase ever.
My best purchase was a college tuition.
A car, $400.
The trip to Hawaii.
My favorite pair of sweatpants.
Best was my LeBron James shoes. They put so much bounce in my step, it's like walking on a trampoline. And then worst was a Lady Sovereign CD. It's pretty awful.
This one says, best was my fiance's engagement ring, and worst was meat socks.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That's it?
Yeah, isn't that the truth? There's nothing like getting a bad music purchase. I was thinking, as you were reading those, I was thinking of, I had gotten the first album, that shows you how old I am, that I had gotten, somebody had given me as a gift from a friend, was the Jefferson Airplane's Surrealistic Pillow. And I loved that, just loved it. And the next one was After Bathing at Baxter's, and it was terrible. It's just awful. It's still awful. And so I know certainly the disappointment that comes with a bad purchase from a band you think you love. All right. Well, I've got a little story to read to you. It turns out there's time tonight to do that. For a number of years, I've written holiday stories. They've been published various places. Have a couple published in the Gazette and other daily papers, but most published in the community newspaper that I wrote for in Minneapolis for about 15 years. So I picked out one called Coffee, Kids, and Christmas. And these are all true stories, and they're mostly related to things that happened here or at Wild Bill's or at the Hard Times Cafe in Minneapolis. So settle back, and I have a little story to tell. It was one of those evenings when things had gone really well at the coffee house. The musicians had come and played and gone. The tip jar was full. Chairs were put away and the dishes were done. It was Christmas Eve, and we were planning to close early. I looked around and counted who was left. 4 people. One who always tried to be last. One mother waiting for her son to put on his coat, and, I thought, who's that? I hadn't seen her before. She was dozing in a chair, holding a pink unicorn. Next to her, a backpack and a rolled-up blanket. I guess she was 16 or 17. She stirred a little, then opened her eyes. She got up and came to the counter. Christmas is tomorrow, isn't it? I wasn't sure if she was asking me or telling me. She didn't wait for my reply. I loved it when I was little. We lived in Kentucky then. It was magic, just magic. I even had Christmas lights in my room hanging over my bed. But these last few years, she climbed up on one of the stools and started playing with the salt shakers. After a couple minutes, she spoke again. Why do we have to grow up? Why can't we always remain kids? What would be wrong with that? I mean, show me how being an adult has brought us a better world. Kids share their toys. Adults lock up their stuff. Kids share their lunches. Adults let people go hungry. Kids don't start wars. Adults do. I can't argue with you, I said. A moment of silence followed. I ended it with, what happens? When do you think we give up being kids and decide we need to be adults? I stumbled a little with the word kids. My daughter Molly was always upset with that. We are not baby goats, she would say. And I'd heard the word used often enough to dismiss the voices of youth. They're just kids, someone would say. But I couldn't think of any other word at the moment. I don't know for sure, she answered. But it could be somewhere in junior high. All of a sudden you're told to start acting like an adult. Ha! You know what I did when I was in junior high? I tried to imagine every one of my teachers as a kid with an adult suit on. Boy, that was fun. School didn't think so, though. I spent a lot of time in the principal's office and getting detention, saying things like, you're just a kid too, you're wearing an adult suit. Or, hey, where's the zipper so you can take your head off and let the kid out? I laughed. You think that's funny, she asked. Yes, of course it's funny. And the best thing to do when you hear something funny is laugh. Boy, I wish I had you as a teacher, she said. Did you ever teach? Yes, I said. I even taught junior high for a while. Wow. Say, what's your name? Elizabeth, Liz. Yours? It's Tom. How are you? What brings you here tonight? Oh, I heard this was a cool place to hang out, and I just had to get out of the house. Too many relatives around tonight. Too many people fake and happy. My mom has been here, and she said it'd be okay if I came over. She used to come here back when she was in college. She says she knows you. She dropped out of school after I was born. That's when we moved to Kentucky. My dad got a job there. Oh, I have a brother, too. He's older. He moved away last year. Well, actually, we moved away, left Kentucky, and came back here. My dad's got something wrong in his head. He only lasts in a job for 6 months or so. Then he has to quit. We used up all the jobs where we were living. Mom thought things would be better if we moved back here. It's been hard, though. I didn't know anybody at first, and everybody already had their groups, like since first grade. I made a few friends, though. I invited a couple of them to come down and join me. I was going to close early, I said. It is Christmas Eve, you know. But Liz wasn't paying any attention. Turns out that I'm not the only one who needs a place to get out of the house. Hey, are we going to do that dance-along Nutcracker? My mom said you used to organize that when she was here. She also said you had a lot of really, really corny Christmas jokes. She said, She and her friends used to tell you you couldn't tell any jokes after 8 o'clock. Hey, I've got one for you, Liz said. How do you know if there's a reindeer in your refrigerator? I don't know, I said. You can see his footprints in the butter. I laughed. You like it? Here's another. What do you get if you were to deep fry Santa? Again, she didn't wait for me to reply. Crisp Kringle. Have you got any jokes? Sure, I said, but it's after 8 o'clock, so we'd have to call your mom and make sure it's okay. We just won't tell her. Okay then, what do you call people who are afraid of Santa? Claustrophobic. Liz laughed. My mom was right. Got another one? What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? I said. Liz made a face. I have a feeling this is going to be an awful one. Frostbite. Ugh, Liz said. Just then the coffee shop door opened and 2 other young people came in. Hey, Liz said, it's Jenny and Kate. What's up? She gestured to me. He was going to close, but I convinced him to stay open. Is Mike coming too? I don't know, one of them said. Oh, this is Jenny, Liz said, and that's Kate. The door opened again and a young man came in. And this is Mike, Liz said. Hi, Mike said. Are you Bill? Ha, I laughed. No, but I've been called that a million times. My name is Tom. There was a Bill who started this place, though. My mom says you like to tell stories. I told my friends you'd tell us a few, maybe even a couple of Christmas stories. Okay, I said. Once upon a time. No, Liz said. Not those stories, your stories. All right. So I told the story about the wise woman with a mirror, in which there are 3 wise women, and one of them has gold, one has Frankenstein, and one has a mirror. When I finished that story, Jenny said, I'm with Shannon. Why couldn't there have been a wise woman too? Then I told the story about Christmas at Shelter House, which included the Posadas posse, Joseph in a Batman cape, and Mary with a t-shirt that read, You're not the boss of me. And finally, searching for the Christmas spirit, in which there was a pie lady and Jesus in dreadlocks. I like those stories, Liz said. Thanks. Where's Mike? In here, I found a guitar. Could I play it? Sure, I said. He started with 12 Days of Christmas. We all sang together. Then Here Comes Santa and the First Noel. Hey, said Liz, I'm beginning to feel like a kid again. What about Jingle Bells? Of course, she meant the slightly twisted version. You know, Batman Smells and so on. We sang that too and a few more carols. Then we all were quiet for a few minutes. Mike broke the silence and said, I have a song I'd like to sing. It's called Christmas Wish. I'd like to dedicate it to Tom, who kept this place open so we could hang out here. My mom said it's one of his favorite songs. He started to sing. For Christmas this year, I know exactly what you'd like. And I know you know I want the same things too. And I wish that I could give you all your heart's desire and see your face on Christmas Day when all your dreams come true. But worldwide understanding and peaceful people everywhere is something right now beyond our reach. But we can do it simply. We can do it from the heart. Give presents that we know will never fade, and with all the ones we love and everyone we know, step by simple step, I know we'll achieve, and in our homes at least, a world that's filled with peace. Mike was right. That was a favorite of mine. I have to end the story there. We're out of time. So I want to say thank you to all of you for coming, and we'll hope to see you again next week. And to those of you watching, please join us again. Or come on down. We're on at 730 South Dubuque Street between the 2 sets of railroad tracks. We'd love to have you. For those of you who are here tonight, why don't each of you take a book as a thank you for coming. Pick any book you'd like and take it with you. Even, is it Colton who won the book? Pardon? AJ, okay. Who won the book. You may feel free to take another book with you. And thanks to Tyler, and thanks to Terry, and then thanks to the people who helped us out tonight, Megan and Cal, and behind the counter is Emily. Have a very nice evening. Thanks again.